Hey guys, Ezra. This is game 2, round 3 of Meat vs. Chocobo. And off the start, we have a different setup on each side. For Meat's side, he replaced a lot of his melee units with Matchlock Ashigaru. He has, man, it looks like at least 5, 6 units of Matchlocks here. While Chocobo, I don't know yet what his army setup is, but he has a lot of cavalry. And the last match, there wasn't any cavalry on the board other than the generals. So this is a complete change from what happened before in the previous game. It looks like Meat formed up in trees here. Not sure what to expect. Chocobo is really keeping his army here a mystery, but he's going to move forward a little bit. And it looks like we're at a stalemate. It's hard to see how much engaging we have going on here. Now, the previous game was not too fast either. They had a race to the corner over here, to the red line, the high ground. And it looks like Meat's taking his general off the horses. Looks like he's going to go for a fast stand and fight. He's going to use that mobility of his general. As soon as you take stand and fight off to move if needed. Alright, so it looks like Meat's going to move up here. Maybe take the high ground over here since, you know, Chocobo has sort of conceded it to him. And looks like Chocobo might do some harassing here. It would probably be in his best interest. Oh man, it looks like his entire army is cav. And this may be very interesting to watch. He has a lot of bow cav in the woods here. And it looks like he went in a completely cav-based army. I've not seen this. Pretty daring for a for a tournament match, but you never know. That's the surprising armies can really turn the tide here, especially if you're not expecting it. So we'll see how Meat handles this. He might just, you know, take the red line here and just, you know, set up camp the best he can. Now it looks like Chocobo's trying to surround him as best as possible, and Meat's forming up his matchlock units here. So he sort of wants to close the gap, I guess, in terms of where Chocobo can hit him from. Now he doesn't really. It doesn't look like he has too strategic of a setup here. It looks like he only set up his matchlock so that he can cover charges on either side. We'll see how Chocobo, you know, moves his guys around to take advantage of this cluster of guys here. Now, Meat does have advantage. He still has these bow warrior monks that can outshoot these bow cav. So it's hard to tell how this is going to go. So here comes the harassing now. Now they do have a very high amount of speed, so they should be able to run away from most shots from the bow warrior monks here. So now Chocobo's bow cav, he did take 2 casualties, 3. So nothing too serious, but it's hard to tell exactly how he's going to pull this off. I mean, Meat has the advantage where he can just sort of sit here and wait, whereas Chocobo kind of has to push the action forward to do any sort of damage here. It looks like he might sacrifice his light cav here to take out this matchlock unit, but he has to run through trees, which is going to be pretty detrimental, and he does hit them. He's probably going to take a volley or 2. Yep, and he's doing decent damage here, but he's going to lose his light cav here, so he pretty much sacrificed them. I think it was a pretty good sacrifice. Matchlock's extremely devastating, and you know, the arrows over here are wiping out this matchlock unit. Alright, so it's pretty much 1 unit for 1 unit here. Meat has the advantage on the counter here, the power bar. But that does not necessarily mean anything. Alright, yeah, so Meat's actually getting volleys off, and he was able to shoot at the horses here. It looks like only 2 casualties were taken, which is pretty good, thanks to the advantage the trees provide. And the action's pretty much only over here right now, as the harassing has stopped over here. And I guess the micro might be too overwhelming to pay attention to each side of the map. Alright, so the bow cav are going around. They're probably going to aim for this matchlock unit. Going to try to maneuver around, get a couple volleys in. And then Meat adjusts. So he's going to have this side covered here. It looks like Chocobo might try to get a volley or 2 off on them. And he's getting some shots over here. So only 1 shot over here. But he did hit him. He did take that casualty with that 1 shot, which is actually pretty good. All it takes is 1. Alright, so here comes the harassing arrows again. And the volley's up. And a couple casualties are taken over here. 6, 13 down. So the harassment's working pretty well. But he's getting close enough to where Meat is actually able to shoot Chocobo here. So he might be making a mistake by moving up too much. And here comes the volleys. And they are raining on this matchlock unit here. And this unit is taking pretty heavy casualties. And he's running back now. Meat's going to respond with his bow warrior monks, who should be able to get decent amount of shots here on these bow cav. If they're lucky here, they might run away. And the matchlocks are able to shoot a big volley back. Ooh, and the bow warrior monks are hitting their mark. They did some decent damage here and hurt the morale. Yup, and they're dropping. So micro not as hot right there. And now we're over on this side of the battlefield, and it's pretty much the same scene. The bow cav are harassing the Yari Ashigaru here, and the bow warrior monks, or excuse me, I guess they're bow Ashigaru, and he just named them bow warrior monks to confuse everybody. But they are attacking the harassing force over here. So Chocobo's trying to be as confusing as possible, attacking on each side. It's going to be a lot more micromanaging for him, though, than it would be for Meat, as Meat really only has to spin his camera like so. And Meat has the camping, the prime camping spot here. So he has the hill, he has the advantage, he has the power in units right now. He does not have to do too much. He did lose a unit, and a decent amount of matchlocks are gone, but he's still in okay shape. Chocobo, I think, was pretty much outgunned from the start just because he did go all cav. He was probably hoping that Meat would change his army up a little bit. We'll see how this is handled now. Pretty much all vanilla units here looks, except for the Great Guard on Chocobo's side. He does have a couple vet bow cav here, and they're getting some shots on the real bow warrior monks over here. They are running away though, so they are not taking any casualties. He took 1, so the harassing here is not going so well for Chocobo, as they're probably going to run out of arrows before they do substantial enough damage here. But they are hitting the bow warrior monks right now. But they got close enough to where the matchlock Ashigaru were able to take some volleys. So they took some hits. You can see the casualties right here. A bunch of horses are down. And there's really only one front of battle at a time here. And there's no real good spot for Chocobo to just charge in to try and get the general or any more of the matchlock units here. So it looks like an option that Chocobo can take is try to go around here. This is no longer blocked off by a matchlock, but it looks like he's going to continue harassing over here. And he is. He's shooting at these matchlocks here, trying to wear them down one at a time. They're probably going to stay till the very end, as the general is very close, and so is their entire supporting army. The Bocav over here are taking decent hits from the warrior monks over here.